$100 for a small pocket-friendly AAA flashlight. That is a steep price, and it puts this diminutive EDC light into rarefied air. But does the performance justify the cost? Or does this light fall victim to the Surefire brand name tax? Let's find out. Alright, so we're back in the woods, and this time it's a really dark night. The moon is barely out, so it's genuinely dark even to the human eye. Here's low. Low is 15 lumens. I could totally walk around easily with this amount of light. So for utility reasons, it could be very useful. Then we pop it up to medium, which is 75 lumens, a big increase. This is a solid amount of light for a light this size on one AAA, and honestly, this is what you would expect for a light this size on one AAA. But this is only medium. And finally, we cycle the modes up slowly. We get the mode up to high. This is what really sets this light apart from the other options in this class of pocket light. This is 300 lumens. Granted, it's max vision, so it's really floody and spread out, but that is a ton of light. And you allegedly get this output for an hour off of the end loop, which is included, which is nice. It's also 1,100 candela, so not bad at all. So now for the tabletop. I thought it would be easiest to track if I lay out the pros and cons just in list form. Pros. The 888 battery source is really convenient, and the fact that it can use rechargeables is great. But it doesn't have an internal rechargeable battery, so your light will never completely die like is possible with the Sidekick or the Stiletto. It barely takes up any room in the pocket, and it's very easy and comfortable to carry. It has a solid brass construction that is nickel plated, so it feels very high quality, and it looks super sharp for like office or high-end EDC. It comes with an end loop battery, which is one of my favorites. They could have skimped out and included a cheapo battery, but the end loop ones are really nice. The 300 lumens is genuinely startling out of such a little light. The output is impressive. It comes with a really nice pocket clip, so you don't have to keychain carry it or keep it loose in your pocket, which is a nice alternative. The cons. The weight that attributes to how nice it feels is more so an actual con in use. It feels dense, and I wouldn't feel safe dangling it off of a keychain because of how heavy it is compared to the competition. Like, I wouldn't want it to damage the ignition long term. The UI for switching between the modes is very clunky, and getting to high mode is an absolute chore. You have to slowly, and I mean slowly, cycle the head through the modes in order to get them to switch. So like you turn it on, on to get to high. If you don't cycle the mode slowly enough, you'll end up getting stuck in whichever mode you were just in. It's very cumbersome and annoying, and I found myself getting annoyed more and more each time I attempted to enter high mode. It even made me try to make do with the lower modes as much as possible just because I was so frustrated by the mode switching. I know, first world problems, but for $100 price tag, that makes it more expensive than pretty much all of the Olight catalog and the Streamlight catalog. And it puts this light in the same league as the Surefire Stiletto and EDCL1T, which are both better lights in every conceivable way, other than maybe pocketability and looks. The Surefire Titan's biggest pro is how good looking of a light it is. It is very pricey for what you're getting, 7 times the cost of a comparable Olight and 4 times the cost of a comparable Streamlight. I just don't think the value is there considering how unwieldy the mode switching is, just to get the Surefire name and built in America. So all in all, the Surefire Titan Plus is a very well-made light, but this weird switching interface, lack of button, and the cost make it a do not recommend for me. I would rather have 7 i3Ts or i1Rs from Olight, or a handful of something like the MicroStream USB, the ProTac 1 AAA, or even 2 MacroStreams. That said, the hefty brass construction and the solid internal electronics, the Surefire warranty, the Surefire reputation being built in America, it makes it a solid choice if the design speaks to you. It is a really cool light. It feels very nice, and I'm sure it will serve you well if the mode switching doesn't bother you like it bothers me. But for me, this light is a no-go. I'll wait for the Titan Gen 3. Alright guys, this has been John the Practical Tactical Minimalist. Be safe out there.